Forged. My apologies on that last one. It was bound to happen. I still got I got to get that down with the microphone. So my apologies for that silent video, but we are talking about trading today. Trading involves risk. Please make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. Let me get to the right page here and switch over. Okay, so if you saw that, you probably saw the results over here. But yeah, so after a couple of days of kind of regrouping and getting kind of back into the swing of things, I decided to jump back into trading the PA today. And I am continuing to trade the one evaluation that I've been trading. I was leveraging at 2x, not leveraging, I was trading at 2x position size. It doesn't work out exactly because of slippage and commissions, I suppose. But as you can see, a little bit more on that evaluation. Big thing for me really was going back in and getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, I needed to take a couple of days to just make sure that I was seeing what I thought I was seeing, make sure that I was kind of just, doing what I have learned to do, what I've been training to do for the last few months, after essentially taking 3 weeks off. I did do a little trading before the Mexico trip, but it was pretty minimal. Anyway, excuse me. So anyway, net result today, I did take 4 trades today. 2 were winners, 2 were losers. The 2 winners netted me a $531 profit on the PA and a little over $1,000 on the evaluation. Valuation's now sitting at $51,391, so almost $1,400 into a $3,000 target. So that's I like that. And I'm sitting up at $57.39 on the PA. I did gain back essentially almost all of that trailing drawdown on both of them that had been whipsawed a little bit. So almost full drawdown on both of them. Looks like full drawdown on the PA, so that's good. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm finally starting to see that long-term result. So if you haven't listened to the Forge Trader podcast, I just want to bring up a point. I started doing this, I don't know, May, I think. And where I was when I started the podcast was I hadn't had any evaluations passed this year. I did pass 1 set of evaluations last year. I say a set of evaluations because it was one trading event, essentially, because I was using the copy trader, and I passed 9 evaluations. I was going a little heavier then, obviously. And then I proceeded to blow them, which was somewhat painful. But until earlier this year, I hadn't passed any other evaluations. And when I started the podcast, knowing what I really wanted to focus my time and attention on in terms of that growth, I hadn't passed any this year. And so I went through season 1. Over the course of season 1, I think I passed 4 evaluations. 3, of course, are gone, and I'm sitting on that 4th one right now. But ultimately, as I think about starting season 2, which will be getting started in August, I realize that I'm starting it from a very different standpoint, a very different mindset than when I started season 1. So I'm hoping that the content will continue to grow and develop and show not only what I've done, but what I'm continuing to do to hit that next milestone. And, as I talk about in the podcast, if you haven't listened to it, check it out on iTunes and Spotify. But a lot of what I talk about is it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And the progress is undeniable. Going from 1 evaluation passing event last year to 4 separate events. So these 4 were not copy traded into passing simultaneously. These were all 4 separate events where I passed the evaluations. That's growth. That's not just a little bit of growth. That's pretty significant growth in a pretty short period of time. And I do attribute it to all of the things that I talk about in the podcast. I also attribute it to doing the podcast itself, because this really helps me focus in on the work that I need to do to get better, to improve, to hit that next milestone. So I've passed 4 evaluations. I'm progressing one of those forward. I'm doing better at not really losing my shit and blowing accounts. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I've definitely continued to make some mistakes, but I'm making a lot less mistakes, and I'm making them a lot less dramatically than I was. So I'm seeing that movement forward. That movement forward is all that really matters. If you continue to move forward, you will hit that next milestone and the one after that and the one after that and the one after that. So I'm excited about the progress. It's been definitely a long, hard road. There's no shortcut to trading success. There's just not. I don't know anybody in my history who has ever gotten a demo account, gotten a strategy down, put money in, and immediately started profiting. I'm sure it has happened. I don't know anybody who's done it. And there's definitely lots of ups and downs. And when you have a history like mine, those ups and downs can tend to be a little bit more dramatic. But with diligent effort, if I can overcome, so can you. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. God bless, and I'll see you.